Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, Vienna, Sean, can you open your camera? Okay, so.
Why is there only 2 people?
Yeah, I don't know, but it's time for class. So today, the first, because we already finished the chapter 9. So I want to summarize the chapter 9 first. After that, we'll go to chapter 10. So in chapter 9.
Wait, like for last time's homework, was it only 4 problems or something like that?
Yeah, we
okay.
last time we finished the chapter 3.
Just
and
checking to make sure.
we did some exercise problem here. Then today, let's go to chapter 4. Chapter 4 is just a summary of this chapter. So, you know, in this chapter, actually what we learn is a square root, right? Square root, you can only take a square root for non-negative number. That means this, suppose you have a number, n, right? Suppose you have number n, you want to take the square root of n. Then the requirement for this n should be greater or equal to 0. Otherwise, if n is less than 0, the square root is meaningless. You cannot calculate the square root of negative number. This one that's here, that's meaningless. So then the result for a non-negative number square root also will be greater or equal to 0. Also will be a non-negative number. Okay, so this sign we call the radical. So in here, they give you warning, okay? You can only calculate a positive number or a 0 square root. You cannot calculate the negative number square root. And also say square root of 16. This one, you can only set this one equals positive 4. You cannot write this one equals negative 4. This one, that's wrong, okay? But if I give a equation said x squared equals 16, so this one, you have 2 solutions. One is positive 4, another is negative 4. Because negative 4 times negative 4 or negative 4 squared, then you also get the positive 16. So then for this equation, you have 2 solutions. One is positive 4, another is negative 4. But if we write root 16, the only answer for this one, that's positive 4. You cannot write this one equals negative 4. Okay. Then here, there's some formulas you need to pay attention. One is, you know, I already emphasized a lot of times. Square root, then square. Because these 2 operations are exactly opposite operations. Then they will cancel out. So here, a takes the square root. After that, then square. Actually, this one will equals original number a. And also, if you square a, after that, you take the square root of a squared, then you got the a. You also get an a because the square root and the square cancel out. Then square root of a times square root of b will equal square root of a times b. Okay, you have this formula. So all this formula, actually we already used this before, help us simplify the problems, right? Then now let's see B. If B is not equal 0, the division of two numbers, A over B, takes the square root. This one, you can distribute this square root to each of these two numbers. You can write square root of A divided by square root of B. Then if A is less than B, then square root of A less than square root of B. Okay? Say, suppose 4 is less than 5, right? That means square root of 4 will less square root of 5. By this way, you know 2 less than root 5. That means root 5 is greater than 2. Okay? So for the backwards, it's also satisfied. That means if root A greater than root B, then A will greater than B. Now let's suppose root 5 is greater than root 4. So then you can get 5 is greater than 4. Okay? So this is a formula you need to understand. Now here, there's a very important concept here. If A and B are positive, root A plus root B is never equals root A plus B, square root. Okay? See, here A and B are positive. Then this one will never equal this. The only when this one equals this, that means A need to equal 0 or B equals 0. Otherwise, these two will never equal, will never equal. Okay? So another is if A and B are positive, then the value of A squared plus B squared, then square root, is never equals A plus B. Because A plus B, if you square this, you get A squared plus B squared plus 2 times A times B. If A and B are positive, so that means A times B is positive, times 2 also will be positive. So that means A plus B will always greater than square root of A squared plus B squared. And also by this way, we can set square root of A squared plus B squared will never equals A plus B. These two will never equals if A and B are positive, okay? If you want to make sure they're equal, definitely A should equal 0 or B equals 0. Otherwise, they will not equal, okay? So this is a very important concept what we learn in this chapter. So then, you know, your homework, you need to finish all the review problems in this chapter. And for the challenge problem, you can do it by yourself if you want to do it. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. Now let's go to chapter 10. In this chapter, we will learn the angles. Actually, it's belong to geometry. So first, let's learn how to measure angles, okay? So in geometry, first, because geometry is very different with other knowledge math we learned before. So then we need to define some key concepts. One is point. Say a point P. So that means usually we use a capital letter like here P. you can use like A, you can use B, but usually we use capital letters to represent a point. A point, you don't have any size or any directions. So if you live on a point, you feel very boring. You cannot go any direction for any amount of distance. If you go any direction of any amount of distance, you'll fall from that point. Okay, so that's the reason we call a point is zero-dimensional. Okay, then after you have 2 points, suppose here is A, another is B, then you can use a straight edge connect these 2 points. Then you form a shape, this one called segment. Segment, you have this is called a line segment. Then this point A and B called end points of the line segment. Okay, then we can extend it a line segment to one direction. Either you can go to right side of this line, this segment. Suppose you can do this way. You can extend it this segment go to this way. Then we'll form a called ray. Okay, called ray. Then the origin or the start point of this ray, that's A, right? Another point on this ray is B. So usually we use this one, add error to represent array. So that means this array start with origin point A, then point to the direction B. Okay, so you can also extend array segment to the 2 directions, not only to the direction of right side B, then you can also do this way. By this way, you form a line we called A, B. Then we add 2 arrows here. One point to the right side, another point to the left side. This sign represents a line. A line you can use 2 capital letters to represent. You can also use a lowercase letter like L or K. So like what the textbook did here, use K to represent this line. And for a segment AB, usually we use AB, we add a bar to above this AB. This one, that's a sign of segment AB. Then if we want to, because segment is has a limit length, if we try to memorize the length of a segment, we just remove this bar. We use AB to denote the length of this segment AB. So suppose this one equals 2.5 centimeter. So you can write AB equals 2.5 centimeter. That means the length of this segment AB equals 2.5 centimeter. Okay, now let's if after we got we know how to get array, then path origin point O, we can get an array OY. Then if you have another point X, you can draw another array OX. Then this two array will form an angle at origin point O, right? Will form angle here. Then use your protractor. You can measure how big is this angle, right? I can estimate this one maybe about 30 degrees. You know, for a full circle, you know, that's a 360 degree, right? If you start from here, make a full circle, return to here, start from here, then return to your beginning point, that's give you a full circle. A full circle, that's 360 degree. Okay. Then use your protractor. You can measure this angle. You know, this angle we can use this sign to represent. Say this angle XOY. This one to represent this angle. Okay. So in sometime if did not can make confused. If it's clearly like this case, we can just use the origin or vertices of this angle to denote this angle. So you can write this angle O, right? Because here you did not make any confuse. So you can use angle O to denote this angle. You can also use XOY to represent this angle. Okay. But here you need to put this origin of this angle at the middle. Say XOY. But OXY, that will represent this angle. If I draw a line here, OXY will represent, let's say, will represent this angle, OXY. And OYX will represent this angle. Okay, but you can use angle OYX. This one actually is same with XYO, right? XYO and OYX. That's represent the same angle, right? Then if we have two lines, like suppose here AB and CD, intersect at a point P, then we form four angles, right? So here you form an angle that's suppose this one, this APD, this one is angle 1, this one is angle 2, this is APC, this one is angle 3, that's CPB, this angle is angle 4, that's DPB. Then you know the angle 1 and angle 3 called the vertical angle. That means these two angles, you know, they force each other. These two angles are same. And the 2 and 4 are also vertical angle. They are also exact same. Okay, so then you got this concept. Now this is a protractor. Okay, you need to prepare this. You know, to learn this chapter and also maybe later learn the geometry. You need to use protractor. Okay, this one called protractor. So to use this one, it's very easy. Suppose we have an angle. If I draw an angle here, you put one angle is one side of angle overlap with this line here. Suppose I draw here. Then I ask you, how big is this angle? Suppose this one is X, this one's O, this one is Y. And Vienna, can you tell me how big is angle XOY? Vienna? Vienna. Let's see who.
50 degrees.
Vienna is not here?
No.
Vienna,
50 degrees.
how many degrees?
50.
Can you louder?
50.
50. Oh, okay, that's correct. Very good. Because see, we have one edge overlap with one side OY of this angle, and another side OX overlap with see this number 50. So then that means XOY equals 50 degree. So if I write this angle, what is the size of angle XOZ? And let's say Sean, can you tell me how big is angle XOZ? Sean?
It's 50 degrees.
I mean this angle. How big is this angle?
Oh, then that's 130 degrees.
Yes, this one is 130 degree. This one is 50 degree. Okay, so then you can say, if I ask you the angle YOZ, the angle YOZ, this one, let's say, Sophie, can you tell me angle YOZ equals how many degree?
180 degrees.
Why?
Because it's a straight line.
Yeah, this is a straight line. This angle equals XOY plus angle XOZ, right? So then you can calculate XOY, that's 50 degree, 50 degree. Then XOZ, that's 130 degree. Then you add these two angles together, you get a 180 degree. So if they tell you this is a straight line, that means the angle from the one side of this line to the other side of this line, that's equals 180 degree. Okay, this one that's form a semicircle. This is a semicircle, right? Suppose you go from here to here. That's a semicircle. That's a half of circle. That's 180 degree. Then say I already told you for a full circle, that will be 360 degree. Okay. Then now let's see. So you already learned how to. Let's see this. How big is this angle? Julia, can you tell me how big is angle YOZ? Here. What is the angle, this angle? Julia.
62 degrees.
Yes, very good. This is 62 degrees. See, this 60, 61, 62, 62 degrees. Okay, YOZ, that's equal 62 degrees. Okay, very good. Now, you already know how to use a protractor, right? Then now let's do some exercise problem here. Say 10.1, find the measures of angle AOB. Everybody send me a private chat. How big is angle AOB? You can use, if you have a protractor, you can use a protractor measure it. You can measure it on my screen.
90.
That's 90 degrees.
Yeah, you can use your eye to estimate. Okay, this one definitely is 90 degree. Yeah, that's correct, 90 degree. Now let's see CXD.
对对对，这里头有。
How big is angle
So red.
CX?
I know it.
快快快！哦，这里边没有，应该有一个不见了。
CXD.
Never was a round one in there. It was in the other one, apparently.
你看老师有没有给你一个？
Male.
Okay.
你这里边看没有吗？
You can send me a private chat. How big of angle CXD? CXD. You can estimate, okay? You don't have to be exactly right. You can just estimate if you don't have a protractor. Uh, 85. Sean, Christopher estimated that's 85. I think probably a little bit less than that, right? Could be about 80 degree. 75 to 80 degree. Okay, Sean estimate about 80 degree. Okay, so then let's say DXE. How about DXE? Oh, Christina. Okay, you estimate about 85. Okay. DXE. I don't believe that's about 45. I think that's about 40 degree. Maybe more than 30. Okay, so now let's see. How about the CXE? How about CXE? CXE, if you estimate CXD, now let's say if you estimate CXD, it's 80 degree. This one suppose equals 40 degree. Then you got a CXE will equals 120 degree. Okay. Yeah, that's estimate. We don't know exact yet. If you want to know, you need to use a protractor to measure it. Okay, so now let's go to next problem. Let's go to 10.2. This problem says the clock at the right shows the time of 3:30. Okay, now this clock shows the time is 3:30. What is the measure of the smaller angle between the hour and the minute hands of a clock at 5 p.m.? So then they ask you, what is the measure of the smaller angle between the hour and the minute hand of a clock at 5 p.m.? Everybody send me your answer. Let's see. Sophie got it correct. Who else? Yeah, Christina, you also got it correct. Who else? So for 5 o'clock, see this one is 3:30. Okay, Julia also got it correct. Okay, who else? This one, say for 5 o'clock, the our hand will point to, now let me draw like this one. Our hand will point to 5. Then the minute hand will point to 12. No, like this, right? So then for each adjacent hour, like from 12 to 1, that's 30 minutes, because the face of this clock, that's 360. You have 12 hours on a full circle. So that's you use 360 divided by 12. So each hour, that's 30 minutes. That's 30 degrees. So from 12 to 1, 30, right? So you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 30, you got a 150 degree, okay? So that's the reason why 5 o'clock, at 5 o'clock, the hours hand and the minutes hand will form this angle that's equals 150 degree. Okay, now let's see B. What is the measure of the smaller angle between the hour and the minute hands of a clock at 5:24? Okay, everybody, can you try to do this? 5:24. I can draw something here. 5, suppose like this. 24. 24. This 5, 10, 15, 20. So 24 will be something like this, right? What is that angle? Okay, now let's think. 24. Then for the hours hand, then that's 5. From the for hours hand, then each one from each hour, that's still 30 degree, right? 30 degree 5, that's 150 degree. Then, you know, for the 24 minutes, so 24 minutes, that will give you, you can use 24, because say 25 minutes, if it's 25 minutes, this minutes hand will point to the 20, point this 5, okay? Then hours hand point to, we can do this way. 5, that's 24, then if it's 25, then point to 5. If 24, then point to 24. But for the hours hand, if go minute hand minute hand go to 6 minutes, then their hours hand will move 30 degrees. So then we need to get a ratio. So 24 over 60, this one equals x over how many? X over 24 if over move one circle, that's 60 minutes. 60, that's 1 hour, right? So 24, 6, then this one will move 5 over x. So then we got this one only 2. X only 2. So that's 24 plus 2. That's 2. Each one, because 30, 5 divided by 30 divided by this one divided by 5. Each one is 60 degree. Then from here to 24 to 25, that's a 6 degree. Then from here, now let's see. Let's see this. This one is a little bit harder, okay? 10.2. Let's go to 10.2. That's 150. Now let's see B. Yeah, you need to do this ratio, 24 over 60, then times 30. By this way, you convert the angle for the hours hand. Then let's say this one equals 2 over 5 times 30, you got 12. That's 12 degrees, then plus 6. The correct answer is 18 degrees. So you do say for the 24 minutes for the minutes hand over 60, if the minutes hand move a full circle, that's 60 minutes. Then times 30 degree, because each they move one between the 2 hours, like from 4 to 5, that's 30 minutes. So you simplify this one, that's 2 over 5, because this one divided by 12, that's 2 over 5. Then times 30, they give you the minutes, hours hand, that's 12 hours hand, that's 12 degree. Then you plus 360 divided by 60, that's give you 6 degrees for the minutes hand. Then 6 plus 12, that's 18 degrees, okay? So this one is a little bit hard, okay? Now let's see for, let's see, number 3. Find the value of x in the diagram below without using a protractor. Okay. Everybody, can you send me the answer for this one? Let's see. 64 plus 80 plus 143. This angle equals what? That's equals 144, then plus 143. Then you got a 287. Then x will equals 360 minus 287. So this one should equal 73 degree. This one equals 73 degree. Okay, Christina got it correct. Christina, you're very close. Julia got it correct. Sophie got it correct. This one should be 73 degree. Okay, because the full circle, this one it's 360 degree. Then you minus 64 minus 80 minus 143, you got x equals 73. Okay. Then you can use your protractor to measure this angle. See if that's exactly equals your answer. Now let's see 10.4. In the figure below, AOB, it's a straight line. What is the measure of AOB? Okay, Christina got it correct. Julia got it correct. Yes. See, if this tell you that's a straight line, that means AOB will equals 180 degree. Yes, that's correct. Now let's see 10.5. Sean got it correct. Sophie also got it correct. Julie got it correct. Christina got it correct. Okay, 10.5. In the figure, lines PQ, this line PQ and RS, see, they add this arrow point to the both sides. That means this is a line. PQ and RS meet at point O, so that means they intersect at O. The angle SOP, this angle equals 37 degree. This one equals 37 degree. Then they ask you, what is the measure of POR? POR, this angle equals what? Okay, Sophie got it correct. Julia got it correct. Who else? You know, this angle POR equals 180 degree minus 37 degree. This one will give you 143 degree. Okay, because ROS is a straight line. So then angle ROS will equals 180 degree. Then minus 37 degree. Then you got a 143 degree. That's POR. Okay. Then now let's work on problem 10.6. This one said the lines WX and YZ intersect at point P such that YPX equals 61 degree. Then they ask you find WPZ. Okay, so WPZ, Christina got it correct. Sophie got it correct. Who else? They ask you this angle. Okay, Julia also got it correct. This angle, because these two angles are vertical angles, they are same. So this angle definitely also equals 61 degree. Okay, then let me ask you another question. What is angle YPW? What is this angle equals? Can you send me an answer? What is this angle equals? WPY. Yes, Sophie, you're right. Who else? WPY. Yeah, Julia also got it correct. This one equals 119 degree because this angle equals 180 minus 61 degree. That's equals 119 degree. Then what is this angle? XPZ equals what? Okay. Julia got it correct. Sophie got it correct. Sean also got it correct. Yeah, this one also equals 119 degrees. Okay, very good. Now let's go to problem 10.7. Say lines WX and PYZ intersect at P. Explain why we must always have WPZ, this angle equals WPX. They ask you why this angle always equals this angle. Can somebody, anybody can explain this one? This one, you can do this way, because WPZ, this one equals 180 degree minus WPY, right? Right. Yes, Sophie correct. Judy also correct. And YPX also equals 180 degree minus WPY. Yes, because they are both supplementary to WPY. Supplementary to WPY. See, this one equals 180 minus WPY. This one also equals 100 degree minus WPY. So then that means these two angles are equal, always equal. Okay. So then now let's go to 10.8. This one sees the measure of one angle formed by two intersecting lines is 3 times the measure of another angle formed by the lines. In this problem, we found the measures of the angles formed by the lines. First, draw a diagram for the problem. So this one, let's first draw, say, the measure of one angle formed by the two intersecting lines is 3 times the measure of another angle formed by the line. So that means if you draw the one line is this, another line, suppose like this. Maybe I draw like this. Okay. Then suppose this line, that's I mark this line as A, B. This line is C, C, D. And they are intersect at P. Now let's suppose this angle equals twice of this angle. Suppose this angle is X degree, okay? This one will equals 2 times X degree.
3x.
It should be 3x.
3x, 3x, okay? That's 3x. What? By 2, the angle of one formed by the two intersect, okay, 3 times, okay. This 3 times. This one, so that means angle APD equals 3 times of X degree, okay? 3 times X degree. Then the angle BPD equals X degree. Then they ask you, so say here, let X be the measure of the smaller angle measured in the problem. Find the measure of each angle in the diagram in terms of X. Write these measures in your diagram. So then say this angle also will equals x degree, right? And this angle will equals 3x degree. Then they ask you to find the measure of all the angles formed by the lines. Now everybody send me answer. Now let's see. Sophie is correct. Christina, your second number is correct. First number is that. Double check that one. Julia, you got it correct. Okay. So to solve this problem, then you can get that, say x plus 3x. This one will equals 180, right? So then you got a 4x equals 180. Both sides divided by 4, you got x equals 45. So that means the smaller angle x, this one equals 45 degree. Then this 3x, that's 135 degree. Okay, very good. So smaller angle, that's 45 degree. The bigger angle is 135 degree. Okay, so we finished this section. Now let's go to next section. This section we'll learn the parallel lines. Parallel lines, that means, you know, we have two lines. They will never intersect with each other. Okay, suppose we have two lines here, AB and CD. If they are parallel, definitely they will never meet each other. Then we can use a sign, this, to represent these two lines parallel each other. Okay. Then now let's see a problem here. In this one, that's 10.9. Draw a pair of parallel lines like those shown below. Draw a line that cross both of the parallel lines with a protractor. Measure all the angles formed between your line and both of the parallel lines. Write the angle measures in the angles you form. Try it again with a different pair of parallel lines. Do you notice anything interesting? So that means they ask you to do this. Say you already have a pair of two parallel lines here, right? Then they ask you to draw a line that cross both. So suppose you draw another line, cross both of these two parallel lines. Then you can use your protractor, measure all the angles you can get. Actually, you get 8 angles here, right? Say, suppose this one, I'm mark this one is angle 1, and this one angle 2, this one's angle 3, this one is angle 4. Then you have here angle 5, angle 6, angle 7, and angle 8. Then you can use your protractor, measure all these 8 angles. Then say what is their size. Then which pair are same, right? You can do that. Now let's say next problem. This one, 10.10, line M and N are parallel. We are given the measure of the one angle in the diagram as shown. Find the value of A, B, C, W, X, Y, Z. Okay, they give you this angle that's equals 35. Now let's see, everybody send me answer for A, B, C, W, X, Y, Z. A equals what? See here, let's see. Yeah, A equals C equals W equals Z. This one equals 145, right? Because this angle equals 35 degrees. This one will equals 145 degrees, right? A equals C also equals W equals Z equals 140 degrees. Then let's say B will equals Y equals X equals 35 degrees, right? So Y equals B equals 35 degrees. Y also equals X. Then A equals C equals W equals Z equals 145 degrees. Okay. Now let's go to next problem. This one, say a chicken start at a point X on one side of the road. And it starts walking across the road along a path that makes 22 here. See this picture, 22-degree angle with the side of the road as shown. Before making it to the other side, the chicken makes a sharp turn at point Y and starts along a new path, which makes 71-degree angle with the old path, such as shown. If the opposite side of the road are parallel, if this one parallel with this one, what is the measure of acute? Acute means less than 90 degree angle that the path of the chicken makes with the far side of the road at point Z. Then they ask you, what is this angle equals? Suppose this one equals X degree. What is this X? Okay, now everybody, if you have your answer, please set that to me. Okay, Sophie got it correct. Vienna got it correct. Who else? Christina got it correct. Okay, good, very good. So this one, you can do this way. But here, this picture is not scaled. You know, looks like these two lines not parallel each other. But actually, they tell you that's parallel. They parallel each other. So that means if they try, like you really understand the knowledge behind here, not only use protractor measure that. So this problem, you can do this way. A lot of ways to do this. One, you can draw another line parallel with these two side of lines, then pass through the point Y. Then you have this angle will equals 22 degree, right? This one equals 22 degree. Then this angle will equals this X degree. Then that means you have X plus 22 equals 71, right? So this 22 plus this X give you 71. Then you got X equals 49 degree. Okay, X equals 49. Okay, very good. Julia also got it correct. Now, see, we already finished this section. Now let's see your homework. That will be all the exercise problem from here, 10.2.1 to 10.2.8. Okay, so we can stop here. Everybody, bye. See you next time. Okay, so next time we'll start learn the 10.3. Okay, bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Sure.
Bye.
Bye.
No.